the Knoxville Nationals, the Late Model Nationals, and so many other big events like the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series in 2021. Tonight, it is the site of midget action sanctioned by NASRA as we get ready on this Thursday evening for an exciting night of racing midget style. Open wheels in the house on LSRTV, now in 4K Ultra HD. Good evening, I'm Wesley Outland in for Greg Rentz. Joined alongside is Charles Wooten, producer and co-announcer. Charles, hope you're staying warm in Texas, buddy. Matter of fact, we've got a winter storm in the Carolinas tonight.
Yeah, it is nowhere near warm. I think it's like 14. It might have got up to 25 today. I'm not sure, but it's still not 100% warm. But it is getting there. Snow will be melting soon. But here in Knoxville, virtually, it is nice. A clear night here. Not many clouds in the sky, I don't believe. We'll see when we check the weather. But there's no snow on this track, so we're going to go racing.
Yeah, we're ready to go racing here tonight for the midget machines here at the Knoxville Raceway. This is a half-mile racetrack. Let's take a look at the race on Texas 411 for tonight's program as practice is continuing on the racetrack as we speak. Coming up in a little bit, time trials, heat races, B-mains if necessary, which I doubt. Only 10 drivers signed in, and these drivers will battle on the half mile for 35 laps. The famed Knoxville Raceway, located off of I-4 in Knoxville, Iowa. Hey, real quickly, let's take a look at the weather conditions brought to you by sawblade.com as well. 68 degrees, partly cloudy skies, a little wind speed at 2 miles an hour, track temperature at 57. But, Charles, does that really matter for dirt racing like it does for pavement virtually?
I don't think it does. I don't think we're going to worry that if it does, that is a very cold track. So it'll be interesting to see. And the perfect segue to something else interesting. This was a off-air topic we were talking about, and I just want to point it out, Wesley, and for all the fans out there are 10 drivers that are technically here at the track, but there's still only 9 haulers in the pits. So somebody must be a family member coming together.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. We were like, okay, there's 9 cars on the racetrack. They're practicing social distancing, and there's 9 haulers that are in the infield here at the Knoxville Raceway. Normally, you look at Knoxville, you see broadcasts of Knoxville Raceway on MAV TV for the Nationals or Lucas Oil Racing TV, MAV TV, and you'll see, massive haulers. But not the case here tonight. The hauler count in the infield, Charles, matches the hauler count on the racetrack.
That it does, and I will point out, if you're looking to sponsor, LSRTV is always looking for sponsors, but apparently so are these drivers. If you look, not a single sponsor on these haulers, so unfortunate there, especially that white one down on the end. You see it right there near a pit exit. Not even, They couldn't even afford to paint the thing. It's just white. So
all by himself, all by his lonesome self there.
Yes.
We'll get ready to go here. Just a couple of more minutes remaining in practice for the drivers. Now Charles and Greg normally at the helm for the NASRA midgets, but Charles, what's the racing been like? Talk a little bit about how the series has been, and as we lead up to this next chapter to be written here tonight at Knoxville. Well,
the word of how the racing has been, Jaeger. And no, I don't mean Jägermeister, Jägerbomb. I'm talking Jaeger, Dylan Jaeger.
I was about to say, oh my goodness.
He has been the talk of this series. Well, good to see Michael Spengler here tonight. You got to watch out for some of these people, and it looks like we got a low field here tonight. Anthony Job here. Spengler here, but Jaeger really has been the talk. Ryan Winter trying to give him a run for his money. We'll see if he shows up here tonight, but it doesn't look like it as practice has concluded. So, the theme has been Dylan Jaeger. Can anybody beat him here tonight?
We'll step away when we come back. Qualifying on course. It's NASRA Open Wheel Midgets on LSR TV Thursday night.
ETE Reman is the world's best remanufacturer of transmissions for import and domestic cars and trucks. Based in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, our customers are repair shops, auto parts stores, dealerships, and distributors. And with 6 nationwide warehouses, we're where and when you need us. So when you're looking for a transmission that is like new, only better, instill confidence and install ETE Remake.
Welcome back to Knoxville Raceway as we get set for qualifying for the drivers of the Pulse Poppers Midget Series here tonight at Knoxville Raceway. Driver that puts down best lap will set the lineup for their heat race. I believe we'll only have probably one heat race tonight unless they break it down 5-on-5. But right now we're going to see which driver can put the best lap on the speedway. Right now, Tommy Scott Jr. looking like he is the man at the top of the board. 1997 now for Evan Stepp. Not anymore. Michael Spangler going to the top of the board of the number 30 machine. 1991 to a 1997 there for Stepp's machine. So qualifying on racetrack much better. We'll see what drivers can go now as Scott Osment is on the speedway, and he's a little loose there in the 53 machine. He's going to have to back her down.
Well, did get my mic fixed there, Charles. But Brandon Martin out on track. There's usually 2 Martins. I don't see the other one here with us tonight. But
Ricky Martin.
Yeah, Ricky Martin, as he was, and he maybe is here. But yes, we'll see. But yeah, 10 cars, and as I figured, Jaeger is at the top. Michael Spangler, that may be somebody that can try and kind of knock him off that pedestal. He has been beat, but it's very hard to do. This youngster there, I assume youngster, definitely fast, as you see Martin out there currently running about a 15-16 second time, and 19. You mentioned it earlier, you know, why couldn't we be at Weed Sports? We were there last week, but man,
yes,
this
exactly.
is a massive track for these little tiny cars.
It is definitely, and right now we see Jaeger using that car to full potential at the top of the board. 19794 is Brandon Martin on the race course right now, the number 46 machine for the Pulse Poppers Midget Series presented by NASRA. By the way, if you do not know what NASRA is the North American Sim Racing Association. You know, last year there was a lot of NASRA events that were on LSRTV, and thanks to the animal, Keith Bradley, he brought the midget program back here, and it's really cool to see. 10 drivers have finished qualifying, 19,794 to a 26,57. Those are the times right now on the clock in qualifying, and honestly, Greg, they're very Charles, they're very, very close together.
Yeah, now, you know, I want to point out something. It's glad you said Keith Bradley, the animal. I saw him type in chat during a race. He's like, it's a shame that the animal's not here. You know, I didn't know what that meant. He's referring to himself. I thought he might have been, referring to James Viney's cat or something. So,
okay, that's the cat man. Keith Bradley is the nickname, the animal. So yes,
right,
good job, the man out of Indiana. So, and I think he's the guy behind the Pulse Poppers Midget Series.
Yes, that is his series, and it's one of those things. I talked about it the other day with you here. We got about a minute or so to go. When you're waiting on the UPS man to show up, and you're like, man, he's not showing up, so you go get a shower or something, and ding-dong, doorbell rings, you miss it, and you got to wait the next day if you had to sign for it. If not, they just drop it off, but whatever. That's the point. Keith Bradley, I think, is in one of those situations right now. He started this up, he was excited for it, and then work said, nah, you got to work. And he's had to work for the last 3 or 4 weeks now and hasn't been able to race. So I think we need to have a talk with his employer.
Definitely. The clock's starting to tick down to the end of qualifying for the Pulse Poppers Midget Series here at Knoxville Raceway. By the way, the track is a half mile, and you hear the horn blaring, letting them know that qualifying is about to be officially over. And once that does, we'll get the field set up for probably, I believe, one heat race. And right now it looks like, as you said, Dylan Jaeger, the number 48 machine, the fast qualifier, put down a 2024. Actually, his best lap was a 1979. So actually, he's the man that everybody will be gunning for. 19,794, the pole time for the driver of the number 48, Dylan Jaeger. Michael Spangler, we mentioned him, 12 1,000ths back. He goes at 1991 for his time on the clock. So it'll be interesting to watch and see what happens as qualifying has officially concluded. Looks like they are going to run 2 heat races.
They are indeed. And look at the haulers. The haulers just populated really big. We got a few more here.
Expanded.
So.
We just expanded, but only 10 cars. I don't get it. We're ready to go here in just a moment for heat race number 1. It should be a very quick heat race. Hopefully these 5 drivers do not have any problems, and we'll get ready to go here as you see them lined up behind Peter, the pace truck driver.
Oh, and somebody's a little anxious back there in the back. I believe that's Tommy Scott Jr. in the 04. Possibly, maybe he wants to get this thing started a little sooner.
You're in the next race, fella. You're in the next race. Okay, so here is your... Well, actually, it looks like they've decided to start everybody for the heat race.
I think the timing and scoring may be acting up a little bit on STK. But yeah, it's going to be Yeager and Steppy. Martin, Knott, and Scott are going to be in this one. Half the field. So we have 5 in this one and 4 in the next one. So we are going to run 2 heat races, which is how they have it set up. Basically, looks to be splitting the field. I really figured we would run them all in one, but
I really did too. Yeah, I kind of figured the same thing. But anyhow, it is what it is. It's their dollar. Dylan Yeager is on the pole in the 48 machine, it looks like. Evan Stepp also in the number 21. That'll make up row number 1. Row 2 will find Brandon Martin and Cody Knott in the 46 and 26. And tag in the back, who was a little anxious to get on the speedway. He's ready to go now. Tony Scott Jr. in the number 04. So 5 cars, probably going to be 8 laps for their heat race. And we'll have another heat race, and then no B mains, no dashes, no last chance qualifiers, and we'll have our 35 lap feature here at Knoxville as the pace truck brings them down the back straightaway. Actually, off of turn 4, pace truck is in. And Charles, we're about to bring the midgets to green here out of Knoxville. Turn 4, green in the air. We're underway. Heat 1.
Heat race 1 is underway. Steppy out front in the number 21. And, this is going to be a very quick heat race. 8 laps. I don't think we'll see too long. And we'll have to see if somebody can possibly take down Yeager. Right now, Yeager not doing so good. He qualified first, but he's already back to 4th position out of 5 cars on the track.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw Yeager just a moment ago, man. He was sidestepping it and 3-wheeling it off of turn number 3 and 4, and he lost a lot of momentum, and he just got passed by Stepp and Martin, and now Yeager falling back to 3rd, down 2 spots since the green. Watching Cody Knott and Tommy Scott Jr., all these guys right there. Another lap on the board, working now 2 laps in, and Evan Stepp is the man out in front.
Yeah, Evan Stepp out there battling. Oh, as he smacks the wall just a little bit. And, I don't even say wall. That's more of a guardrail than it is a wall. A really tall guardrail. It's, he is definitely out front. And that little incident didn't even really hurt him too much, as Tommy Scott Jr. and Cody Knott back there having a little scuffle, but they managed to sort it out. But I think we're going to see this trend go throughout tonight. Pretty spread out racing. This track is just so massive for these little tiny cars.
Yeah, kind of watch out for those drivers for that wall, as we just talked about. Halfway home in heat race number 1, there's the man out in front, the green number 21, Evan Stepp. And now Brandon Martin in that number 2 spot. You see him in the 46 machine, and right there you see him in the viewing. There goes now Dylan Yeager down to the inside, trying to make a run on Martin for that bridesmaid spot. Time running out. We're 3 to go, back to turn 1.
Just 3 laps remaining in this heat race number 1. Heat race number 2 going to have 4 cars in it when we get that one going. We'll see. That'll be here in just a moment. Yeager may be trying to take 2nd place back. But essentially, we're setting the inside and outside row is what we're going to do here with these 2 heat races. And that'll put Yeager probably the furthest back he started in any race thus far in the season.
Time is running out here in heat race number 1. Evan Stepp, the man out in front, followed by Martin. Yeager in the back. Everybody, good news, will transfer into the show as they've got 2 laps to go now this time by, as they work their way off of turn number 2 to the back straightaway. Actually, my apologies. It's the white flag. 1 more lap to go, and Charles, it looks like it's all Evan Stepp in 21. The green car coming to the line. He'll win heat number 1. So you see the field flying across start finish, and that is the way they'll finish up here in heat race number 1. Good job for Evan Stepp. Heat race number 1 winner.
Apologize
He'll lock
there.
himself up on the pole.
I
It's all
accidentally
good.
hit my mic and muted it on myself.
I was covering for you. I was like, what happened to my buddy? I got this. Evan Stepp, your Heat 1 winner.
And again, I apologize. There are 5 in this one. I forgot we had that last entry there of Gregory, I believe it was. You're going to have Spangler, Stewart, Job, Gregory, and Osmed here in your next heat race. And they're already getting out on to the track. They're not going to waste any time. These guys want to get to that feature race. As have you ever been to a real racetrack ever in your life and been done or almost done with your second heat race in about 10 minutes?
Never happens.
I did see. If you went to somebody and said, we're done with heat racing in 10 minutes, I think they would probably fake news you there.
You got to use the hashtag.
Oh, hashtag fake news.
Fake news. Yes.
So we'll see. It probably will be a little over 10 minutes, about right now at 11 minutes, but still heat racing underway. Obviously, if anybody's looking to get into some dirt racing here with midgets, they're a fun car to drive. They can be a handful, but check them out. The NASRA, you can check them out on Facebook, North American Sim Racing Association, the Pulse Poppers Midget Series. Cody Knott obviously sponsoring it with his company there, so make sure you check them out as we're about ready to take that green flag one more time.
Ready to come to the start. Heat race number 2. You've met the drivers. Michael Spangler ready to bring them to speed. Pace truck is in. Here they come. Underway. Heat 2 at Knoxville.
Here it is. Heat race number 2 is underway. Spangler out front, followed by Stewart and Gregory. And this one, Wesley, already shaping up to be a little bit more battly. Battly? Is that a word? More battles? I don't know.
Battling? Battling?
I think that's a word,
Oh,
right?
well,
Battling?
whatever. Turn 4. For 1 lap in, they're battling. Off into turn 1 with Spangler out in front.
Word
You got a
or no
3-car
word?
battle there with Stewart, Gregory, and Job battling there for that spot. Now they'll fan back out single file, and looks like Spangler out in front by himself in the 30 car.
Yeah, we don't care if it's a word. We're making it a word. We're going to hashtag just send it. Right all the way to the dictionary.
Hashtag to Charlesisms is what we call them.
Yes, just Charlesism. I have a lot of them too. But right now it is Spangler out front. And, we know Spangler, or Spanky there, from a long time ago. He was in another series with Ryan Winter that we covered here on the channel during the heat of the pandemic. And I use heat very loosely because it is cold here. But Spangler out front. Stewart hadn't been able to quite catch him. Now that we had that little battle going on, they've kind of spread out a little bit and not so much going on. So you add the 2 heats together, we may see a good battle here at the end.
Yeah, it's so cold in Texas that the Texas governor told everybody like Charles to go fend for themselves and got on a plane and took off to Tahiti or wherever he went to.
Yeah, our governor said see you later, took his family to Mexico on a vacation and left us
Mexico,
here.
that's it. Yeah.
Well,
Oh my goodness, just after halfway, and Michael Spangler still the man leading the way as this race continues in the second half of heat number 2. And rocking and rolling on this Thursday night, LSRTV now in 4K Ultra HD quality. Hope you're enjoying it on YouTube. And they're coming to the line in 3, 2 to go.
Yeah, 2 to go, and this is our first 4K broadcast in dirt. So NASRA making history with us here, being the first dirt race in 4K, and we'll see. We'll have our first winner ever in 4K here on the channel, and you can just see the detail. You can see his eyes looking. He is focused right now in that number 30 as the white flag is out for that is Michael Spangler as he's on the backstretch right now. And you know that we're coming to it. He's right there coming out of turn 4 to pick up the heat race number 2 win.
Off of 4 to the stripe. Here he comes. And the rest of the field as well. It's Michael Spangler, number 3. He'll take heat race number 2. Only fitting that Yeager and Spangler will be on the front row. Jeff Stewart will finish in the 6th spot, followed by Anthony Job at 91. Then it's going to be the rest of the guys there finishing up. So, hey, That is the way it goes down. Heat races are done. Feature is next. We'll step away. More coverage from Knoxville with the Pulse Poppers Midget Series presented by NASRA on Live Sim Racing TV.
We're based out of West Monroe, Louisiana. We do custom T-shirts, racing. We'll do any shirt. We'll do schools, churches, fundraisers. We do a ton of event shirts, as you can see on our board here, all around our banner. Personalized. I mean, we'll do anything. It doesn't matter to us. We got the custom rugs. We use all the, top quality shirts, inks and everything. Hoodies, hats. We do embroidered hats, embroidered shirts. Just you can call us for anything. We do offer the bag and fold, to where you can receive them and they're already labeled and tagged and bagged, ready to give out to your customer and stuff. So you just call us and just tell us, hey, this is what we're looking at doing, and if we're going to put the car on there, it is 125 quantity minimum. If it's without the car, it's 60 quantity minimum. That's strictly on the racing stuff. If it's a business or something, if you race on Texas shirts, it's a little bit differently. You can call us. It just depends on your quantity and ink color. Everything is hand drawn. I mean, everything. We don't Photoshop anything onto a shirt or anything like that. Everything that we go through, everything is drawn, and which is the reason for the art fees. We do have several graphic artists that draw for us, and they're really good. So what we do is on any package that you do, we can mix and match. We can do any colors. You can do purple, red, blue, green, and do the rest black. It doesn't matter to us. With your design on there, we can do hoodies. We can do hoodies, long sleeve shirts, t-shirts, tank tops. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's almost limitless what you can do, and you can put all that together in that package to make that minimum requirements. They can call us 318-278-7191, or they can email us at bulletprooftees@yahoo.com, or they can go to the website bulletprooftees.com. We're based out of West Monroe.
Hey, welcome back to Knoxville, the Pulse Poppers Midget Series, sanctioned by NASRA. Wesley Outland, Charles Wooten here with you now at LSRTV 4K Ultra HD Dirt Style. As the midgets get ready for their 35-lap feature, you're looking live now at what is their final warm-up session before, Charles, they get ready to turn them loose and we go for the A-main.
Yeah, 35 laps, and originally this was slated to be 50. They figured out, hey, we can't run 50 on fuel.
Yeah.
So when they found that out, they did. However, I think we maybe could have run 50 at some of the shorter tracks, maybe 40 at least, something like Weed Sport and those, but definitely you are not running 50 laps in these cars here at Knoxville. So glad it is 35 here, but it's going to go by fast. 19 seconds a lap, you're looking at 3 laps a minute. And I don't see us having too many cautions in this race, just for the sheer fact they're going to get spread out.
Yeah. No cautions.
Yes.
Don't jinx us.
No
for
yellow
sure.
flags. Oh, there, now we'll have some for sure.
And of course, it's only fitting that right now, Dylan Yeager, he looked really, really strong, but we, of course, saw Michael Spangler show his strengths as well. But Evan Stepp, green 21, he's going to be the guy that's going to lead him to the green flag on the pole, and he looks really, really good. We'll see how things develop for him, and we'll get ready for that feature to go here in just a few moments.
Yeah, normally they would have already advanced it to that feature race. I thought they would have tonight as well, but it looks like they're going to give them a little bit more time. And that may be due to the fact that these drivers like this track being slicked off. And unfortunately, with 9 drivers or 10 drivers here in the race, let's be honest, it's going to be impossible to slick this track off.
Yeah, I don't think this track will slick off very much either. There's under 3 minutes left to go in this practice session, and again, as I said, this is a big half-mile track. You only got 10 cars out here running this 35-lap feature. I really don't see an opportunity to see a lot of, there's obviously not a lot of cars on the track as well, not a full field of 24. So the track I don't see is going to rubber up a lot faster than usual with a full field of cars. So yes, Charles, I think this track is going to be kind of a tacky slick, if you will. It might slick off at the hindsight end of the race, but not to full capacity. It's not going to rubber up.
Yeah, and they might have figured that one out too. We have advanced into your feature race here tonight, and it's going to be a good one, and they're going to get going quick. So if they're going to get going quick, that means that we need to get going quick as well. As I know you like it, we'll get the grid music going for you.
It's time for the ComServe Wireless starting lineup. By the way, ComServe Wireless located in 3 locations in the U.S. Of course, Virginia, Maryland, Pennsylvania, 24 locations in those 3 states. Everything that you need for Verizon Wireless needs and Verizon Fios as well. If you're interested in a career, ComServe Wireless can help you too. Here's the starting lineup on the pole. Row number 1. Will Fine, Evan Steep in the 21, Brandon Martin in 46. They're on the front row. Row number 2, Michael Spangler again. That driver, keep an eye on him, along with the other driver of Dylan Yeager. Those are your first 2 rows as we get set to go here.
Yeah, and I believe our grid is there. We're showing
it's a wall.
Yeah, it is a wall for sure. So we'll just go ahead and put the sidebar there. As there's
let's play the music, and I'll give the lineup quickly. Evan Steep on the pole in the 21. Michael Spangler on the outside. Those are your heat race winners. Row 2, the 46 of Brandon Martin. It's the Pyro through the air here in Knoxville, along with Jeff Stewart in 72. Row 3, Anthony Job in the 91, and Dylan Yeager in 48. He's struggling in his heat race. He'll have to come back through the field. Moving on to row 4, Tommy Scott Jr. and Stephen Gregory. Cody Knott in 26, and Scott Osment will make up the tail of the field. There's your starting lineup for the Pulse Poppers Midget Series, here presented by NASRA at Knoxville. And Charles, to be a good race.
It is going to be a good race indeed as the pace truck makes its way off of the track where it belongs, down at pit road, leaving a trail of dust there. With regards to that, green flag is in the air, and we are racing for lap 1 of 35 here tonight in Knoxville.
We're slinging some dirt, Knoxville style, and underway.
And a definite good battle for the lead going on right now. Spangler, again, I think he may have something here. Jaeger back in 5th place. This is the furthest he's been back, Wesley, ever in the start of a race.
And ladies and gentlemen, you have a race open lap underway. It's Michael Spangler. He's leading them in that number 30 machine. Evan Stepp in second. There's on board with Martin. There's Spangler one more time. Right there, top 3, right nose to tail with one another. I mean, one wrong slip by somebody there. Spangler, steeple cap eyes, and Dylan Yeager has now moved up to the lead on the bottom of the racetrack. He'll go for the slider and the crossover at a 2. Put him to the lead, but Spangler will fight back. Dylan Yeager and Stepp will fight for second again.
Yeah, those two right there. Yeager down at the bottom one more time. He has second, but he can't hang on to the lead. He's going to try, though, as he's going to take it to the inside. Move out of the way, Spangler. Here comes Yeager, and he's doing a fantastic job of it. He's going to have second, but he just cannot hold on to that lead right now, Leslie, as he's trying everything he can to get it.
And trying to go for more sliders and what you get in a white crystal bag, a 24-pack, if you will. Down the back straightaway, the front stretch, into turn number 1 and 2. There goes Jaeger and Stepp and Martin. 4 or 5 cars in that blanket. Count out Martin and Steph Stewart in that mix, and they all run down Michael Spangler. Spangler, the purple number 30, continuing to pull away from the field. There goes Dylan Yeager. He'll go to the inside. He tried to get a close on the lead for Spangler. He couldn't do it. Now he'll go to the outside lane and 1.
And such battles going on here tonight, just left and right. Yeager still trying to run down Spangler. Spangler trying to hang on to it as we go on board with Yeager. You can see just right there how close he is to Spangler. He's taking that high side, hitting that berm a little bit, getting up in the air, and he is trying to use every bit of this track, Wesley, to find a spot.
Trying definitely to make a move possible again as this race is underway for the drivers. We're on lap number 7 of 35, and we're on board with the lead, Michael Spangler, as we're watching all this racing continue to go on. Now back into the corner, Spangler out in front, Yeager, Stepp, Martin, Stewart, top 5, back straight away at Knoxville. Still putting on a good show as we work lap 8.
Yeah, good show indeed. We got a little connection issue in the back. I'm not sure who that is. That's about maybe 6th place of Stephen Gregory, so we'll keep an eye on that.
That's Gregory, Stephen Gregory. Yep.
There's
Gregory
contact.
having a little blinking issue there for a little bit.
And contact going on between Stewart and Martin. They sorted out, though.
A little battle there for position. That's probably the best battle we're seeing on the racetrack inside the top 5. That's Brandon Martin, Stephen Gregory, Evan Stepp leading that pack in that green 21 machine. Meanwhile, it is Michael Spangler still out in front. Dylan Yeager for the lead. Here he comes to the bottom.
Yeah,
just cannot seem to shut the door. We're 10 laps in, by the way.
Yeah, 10 laps in. He can't shut the door. And right here, you'll see nowhere. You don't see Yeager. And then right about there, you see Yeager as you're riding on the tank there of the 30 of Spangler. And he's just nowhere to be found right now. But then he pops into the picture down the straightaways. It just hasn't been enough for Yeager to really get by Spangler. So this would be the Spangler's first win. It'd be very interesting to see if he can hang on to it, or if Yeager's going to find something maybe in these closing laps.
Spangler and Yeager right out there 1 and 2. Trying everything he can down to the inside to make run for the lead is Dylan Yeager. But right now, Michael Spangler, and I'm so impressed because we saw how strong Dylan Yeager's car was during the practice sessions, Charles. We're seeing really Michael Spangler really show his strengths, but you got to also wonder, is Yeager playing with him? Is he not using up his tires? Is he not using up his car to full potential, as he's just starting to just play like a cat and a mouse, poking with the paw, then finally you smash it. Is he doing that to his Spangler Yeager right now in that 48 machine?
I don't know if he is or not, but I do know I like the analogy. Smash the cat. That's what I was
for the lead, slider up the racetrack. Here comes the crossover on the bottom of the speedway by Spangler. And looks like now Dylan Yeager will go to the lead. Spangler will now have to play the offensive driver, as we saw earlier with now Yeager. And Greg, as we always say, Charles, as me and Greg always say. I'm used to always having Greg in the booth. Charles is normally our producer in our ear, laughing at us. But anyhow,
now I'm just laughing with you.
No, exactly. And Dylan Yeager, I kind of wonder if that analogy worked because he smashed him and he's got the lead, and now he's starting to pull away.
Yeah, he is pulling away. And, speaking of pulling away, there's first, there's second. We're on the back stretch right now. When we get to the front stretch, I want to go ahead and we're going to pull up this start line cameras. We'll go ahead and pull it up. Of course, thanks to Outlaw Cams and Will Duvall. There's your first
There's your leader.
And look how far they are away from third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. Right there. That is a good battle going on between those guys.
Wow, 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 wow. The interval is almost done. And by the way, they're also coming to halfway this time by. Dylan Yeager is still the man now out in front, up 4 spots in this race, and he started the race in 5th. And now Michael Spangler, second. There's third, fourth, and 5th. Step, Martin, Gregory, along with also Stewart. So that's 3rd through 6th right there. And again, the leaders, yet Yeager and Spangler, nowhere in sight. They're in turn 3. The leaders have got to be halfway down the front stretch going to turn 1.
Yeah, we mentioned earlier some of those haulers. There were 9 haulers and 10 drivers. Now we know why. I think it's because Yeager and Spangler came together because both of them, not just the leader, but both first and second have put the keys on the counter and checked out from this hotel.
Coming up on 15 laps to go as we're just at halfway in this event. 35 laps for the drivers of the Pulse Poppers Midget Series, presented by NASRA. And out in front, Dylan Yeager. There is 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. There's that best battle on the racetrack, honestly. If you want to be honest and bluntly, there it is. 7 Step in 3rd. Brandon Martin in the 46, Stephen Gregory in the 61, and Jeff Stewart in the 72, and they're right there with each other. Starting to close in as well is Tommy Scott Jr. in the number 04 machine, and to round out the top 10 of 10, Anthony Job, Cody Knott. He's behind the wall, looks like, and Scott Osment. Oh, we got a caution. We got problems. I think it's Cody Knott. I think I just mentioned him, and he's got an issue.
Yeah, is that a Curser's jinx or what do we got here? But caution is out.
Sorry.
Nevertheless, and old replay now just hard into the wall.
Oh yeah, there he is. Cody Knott in his own world into the wall and barrel rolls it.
So we got to take a look at this. We'll go on board with Cody Knott, and you'll see, just all by himself, the Lone Ranger here just nails that outside guardrail.
All by myself, Thursday night drive. Look out.
And just right there, gets it loose, hits the wall, and up and over he goes.
Oh.
Home run.
Oh, we lost the
camera. The camera went in and out. And so we'll come back to life, but we lost the camera during all of that.
Normally does not happen. Thank you to Outlaw Cams, but that normally does not happen. We might need to work on tightening some more wires.
Yeah. Normally those GoPro cameras there, they stay on a little bit better, but something's wrong or something happened there. But that camera decided to go on and off, and when you see that view, I don't know if you've ever seen this wreck. It was a real-life wreck, and I don't even know what track it is. It may have been here at Knoxville, and it was an old video. You'll have to look it up if you haven't, and anyone else can look it up too. And the title of it was You Think You Want to Drive a Sprint Car or something like that. And it was a sprint car flip. And the dude goes end over end like 8 times, and they go on board with him, and the camera stayed on the whole time. And when it did, you literally see his visor shut open as his visor's opening and shutting. I can only imagine that would be happening right then.
Yeah, I think it needs to have some super glue. By the way, we're getting ready for the restart. We are under 10 laps to go this time by at the start-finish line. They did let caution laps count, and this race is now under 10 remaining. 9 to go when they take the green flag, and ready to Katie bar the door here. Their single-file pace truck coming in. Yeager, Spangler, one more shot at it at Knoxville. The Pulse Poppers Midget Series. Back to green at Knoxville.
I mean, and I don't know if the fans out there can see it, as we'll get your sidebar back on. Pulse Poppers is a lure. It's a fishing lure, and quite frankly, you can probably use some
I
pepper.
said peps. I'm thinking pepper, so I'm thinking food.
I mean, fish are food, not friends, right? So,
right.
There you go.
The Pulse Poppers Midget Series presented by NASRA. Continuing on, we're back to green. Final 8 laps or so remaining, and Dylan Yeager back out in front. And Charles, it's only fitting because we said that we saw the sheer dominance of what Dylan Yeager did in practice. Regardless of whether it's 30 cars or 10 cars, when you're at the top of the board, you're at the top of the board. And it was the Yeager Spangler show. And more suffice to say, it's Dylan Yeager, and he's pulling away from the pack.
Yeah, he has been
we
the
got a
fastest caution.
Oh, we got a caution.
Evan Stepp going around this time, it looks like.
Then we got a multi-car accident here. Evan Stepp, 21. The Heat 1 winner.
And that
the
is
green
not
21, watch
ended.
this. Into the wall.
And we may need to take another look at that one, because that was a hard look to see. We'll go on board with him and see what he saw as definitely a hard look at
I wonder if somebody helped him. I wonder if somebody helped him get in the fence there. Watch this.
We'll find out.
And next time by. It's this time by when it happens. Here we go. Watch this. Watch this.
Oh, he just wheelied it on two wheels.
Yeah, man, two wheeling it there.
Bicycled it. That's what the word I was going for.
Yeah.
He bicycled it, and it didn't work out too well for him.
We're under caution. We're going to take a quick break. We come back to finish here from
I think the lights are off. Oh, they're not. You're right.
Yes, it is.
No,
We're under caution. We'll be right back after this word from Knoxville. Ready for the restart. Under 5 laps to go for the Pulse Popper Midget Series for NASRA at Knoxville. Back screen. Yeager on the jump.
Yeah, Yeager doing a fantastic job. Spangler going to try to run him down if he can. That has been the trend all season. Run down Yeager if you can. And a couple of people have done it. But tonight, maybe not so much. But Spangler doing everything he can as we are coming up now 2 laps to go here in Knoxville.
2 remaining for the driver. Dylan Yeager out in front. There goes Spangler. He's in his own world. He's back there in second comfortably, along with Brandon Martin as they work their way out of turn number 4. They will come to the line, and the CRN 1 to go. 1 more lap to go here in this feature. By the way, more details on the voice of LSRTV radio style at wearecrn.com. Charles, final time. It's all Dylan Yeager dominating the half mile at Knoxville.
Yeah, he is just utterly dominating it as we're going to come to the line right here in just a moment. He's out of turn 4, and there you see your winner as everybody crossing the line right there with an awesome photo finish camera by Outlaw Cams. But what a race for your race winner of Yeager. He does it once again.
Dylan Yeager picking up a win, starting this race in 5th. Michael Spangler will be the runner-up in the race as he'll finish 2nd. Brandon Martin 3rd. And we got everybody celebrating down there. Look, all celebrating. But it's a big win for Dylan Yeager, the number 48 machine. Getting done here tonight at Knoxville for the next round of the Pulse Poppers Fishing Lures Midget Series presented by NASRA on LSRTV. By the way, the first dirt broadcast now in 4K Ultra HD quality. Let's take a look at the Sawblade.com unofficial results. Top 10 I'll be nice. We'll go 5-on-5. Dylan Yeager is your winner. Second spot again going to Michael Spangler. Third to Brandon Martin. A good battle amongst the top 5 for a while there between Martin Stepp before he had issues, Stephen Gregory, Jeff Stewart. Charles, your top 5 here at Knoxville.
Anthony Job in the 91 going to finish in the 6th position, followed, of course, by Tommy Scott Jr., Evan Stepp, Cody Knott having some problems here tonight, and Scott Osmet just having some issues as well. Those two guys will finish multiple laps down, but overall, some good battles. A smaller field than we're used to for sure, as we've only been live about 50 minutes or so under an hour, but we will have the top 3, at least 2 of them so far, see to talk to, so at least we have that.
And again, we will at least try to grab a couple of interviews with the top 3 if we can before we wrap it up here. As always, follow LiveSimRacingTV.com, at LSRTV now on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And by the way, we are now owned by Rocket Media LLC. Of course, a long-time relationship with 52 Media LLC in Rayson, Texas. And they are still going to be some type of a subsidiary partner. But Jeff Stabnow has taken the reins as becoming president of LSRTV, and Rocket Media now involved in the productions of things. So we're going to try to grab a word with at least first and second, I believe. We'll take a quick break, or at least we're going to step away for a moment, and we'll have some more coverage from Knoxville when we return.
ETE Reman is the world's best remanufacturer of transmissions for import and domestic cars and trucks. Based in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, our customers are repair shops, auto parts stores, dealerships, and distributors. And with 6 nationwide warehouses, we're where and when you need us. So when you're looking for a transmission that is like new, only better, instill confidence and install ETE Reman.
Hey, welcome back to Knoxville. The Pulse Poppers Midget Series presented by NASRA in the books here tonight. Charles Wooten, Wesley Outland here with you as we get ready to talk to our top 2. And in the victory lane in a moment, we will speak to Dylan Yeager. But right now, my colleague, Charles Wooten, has got Michael Spangler, the number 30. He's the runner-up in the race. We'll talk to him right now.
Yeah, we got, of course, Michael Spangler with us. Michael, you had the lead, and, of course, Yeager got by you. So, the million-dollar question is, what did you need to get back by him? You had those 2 cautions, but, a smaller field, not a whole lot of cautions. Do you think maybe another caution you could have had another shot at him, get to his back bumper, and try to make something happen?
Yeah, I wish I could say so, but probably not. I mean, the only thing that there would have helped me, the car went through a transition I didn't like, and the only thing that would have helped me is if I was able to run my own setup, so where I could had a tighter car towards the end of the race instead of it getting loose like it did.
Well, definitely, when you get to use your own setup, that is a big part of racing. The other thing we want to talk to you about here is the track itself. With only 9 cars here, or 10 cars, sorry, out on track, did you expect maybe the track, or hope it would slicken off a little bit? It just didn't happen? Or did you come in here expecting it to be a little bit more moisture in it like it was?
I knew the bottom was going to go away really quick. I mean, even throughout practice, it went away tremendously to the point where you were slide liner up top. But yeah, with only having 9 cars, I was expecting this track to stay a little bit more tackier. It slicked off quicker than I thought it would with these little cars and only having 9 or 10 people on the track for the features. So.
Well, definitely a big track today for these little tiny cars. Didn't quite go the way you wanted, I'm sure, but you still get home a second place finish, a podium finish, so nothing to be ashamed of there. And you got some sponsors on that car. You got to thank.
Yeah, I mean, you got to thank teammates over at Mud Duck Racing. Let's see, what do we got? We got Abruzzi Raceway USA, I think's on the car. They got some pretty cool sim racing gear for drivers. But we got Cam Branch Farm, Super Speed Communications. We got Beehive Media. And I think I might have said them, but Jerky Dudes, if I said them again, well, they're getting a double shout out. Got to thanks for the guys for that put on the league for us to come out and run, and you guys throwing on the awesome broadcast for us.
Oh, definitely. We're glad to be here and in victory lane for, I believe, the 4th or 5th time, something like that. And his first time with Wesley is Dylan Yeager. Wesley has caught up with him.
Oh, yeah, down the victory lane, and the pop and the champagne and the pyro now just subsides. We talk down to the man. Dylan Yeager, fast on the top of the practice board. You look good, strong. Had some problems in your heat race. And then you kind of rallied, coming back to the field to run down Spangler. I kind of use that terminology, the cat and mouse game. When you finally pounced, you got him, and you never look back. But talk about the overall day, from practice to struggles in the heat to be the proverbial A-main winner. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. In the practice, I mean, I was just trying to get a feel for the setup in the car. I really didn't do too much practice this week, so I was kind of just trying to feel out the car and see, or kind of try and predict where the line was going to be. And then I ran a really good lap in qualifying. I was pretty proud of that. And then in the heat, Evan just got a better jump than me, and I tried to run him down, and I just ran the bottom a little too hard, got up on the berm, and ended up losing 3 spots from that. But yeah, and then in the feature, just try to stay patient behind Spangler, not really tear up my car on the berm, or mess up and lose a lot of time from him. I was kind of just trying to see if he would make a mistake or something, but he never did. And I guess it was really around lap 15 or so where I finally got a run on him. And once I cleared him, I just set sail.
One of the things that I said in the broadcast booth with Charles to our viewers was that it doesn't matter whether there's 24 cars or 10 cars like we had in tonight's race. This race was entertaining. Yeager, Spangler, yourself, Stepp had a really good run until he had his hiccup. A really good race. Does that mindset change whether the car count is big numbers or small when you're trying to win?
Oh, it's always the same mindset. I mean, you always want to be up front. You always want to be in contention for, a top spot, because whenever you're in the back, even if it's a small field like that, you kind of get desperate and you start making mistakes, and it's not really a good recipe. So my mindset's usually about the same for any kind of car count.
All right, buddy. Well, we'll let you go. Before we do, thank your sponsors on that number 48 machine.
Yeah, gotta thank sponsors as always: Rocket Racing Setup, Sled Drive Properties, Gross Designs, Miller Media and Design, Seaver Racing Media, CD Cinematography, and Slick Apparel. Gotta thank you guys for the broadcast, and Cody for adminning tonight. And yeah, we'll see what happens next week.
Winner tonight for the Pulse Poppers Midget Series, presented by NASRA, the driver of that number 48 machine. There is Dylan Yeager, and that will wrap up our post-race interviews here tonight from the virtual Knoxville Raceway. Hey, by the way, iRacing, if you'd like to know more about being a part of iRacing, go to iRacing.com. And by the way, we are looking for announcers and producers for the new LSRTV, now in 4K Ultra HD quality. That's right, the first ever dirt race was tonight in 4K. On YouTube for the Pulse Poppers Midget Series. You saw it here tonight. Replays and all that will be coming up very, very soon. But as we wrap it up here tonight from Knoxville, Charles Wooten, your final thoughts. It was a big half mile. Car count might not have been the best, but it was a good show, and these 10 drivers put on a great, awesome performance. When it's said and done, Dylan Yeager and Michael Spangler coming down to the end. Yeager was able to prevail and get the win.
Yeah, he was able to get the win, so congrats to him. I heard it mentioned just a minute ago, not a lot of cars, but there were still some good battles on this track, especially up front for a while, and then around third through about 6th place, there were some good battles on. So never let a car count fool you. If it's low, you can still see some good racing.
It certainly was. It was a very, very good show. And by the way, if you'd like to know more about the North American Sim Racing Association, go to NASRA Racing on social media. And, of course, their official website as well, NASRARacing.net. And hopefully you can become a member of the Pulse Poppers Midget Series as well. We thank you, everybody, for joining us from Knoxville. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. By the way, the next broadcast on LSRTV in 4K Ultra HD will be on Sunday afternoon, beginning at 12 noon, 11 Central in the morning. That will be round number 2 of the new CRN Outlaw Esports Tour from the road course at Daytona before the big boys of the NASCAR Cup Series at the World Center of Racing battle it out. We'll have the road course 35 for you at high noon. We'll have it live on LSR TV and on CRN Sports. For everybody at Rocket Media LLC, for Jeff Stabnow, for producer and co-announcer Charles Wooten, this is Wesley Outland. Thank you for watching, and congratulations to Dylan Yeager, winner of the Midgets here tonight at Knoxville.